Good evening, everyone. This presentation has to do with SIRE 2 initial experience and commercial implications, especially for ship finance. Let's go with some background information. So SIRE inspection has been started back in 1993. It is involving around 4,000 vessels that they are registering the program. And this is the first major update since then that came into force in September. It is focused on three factors: hardware, procedures, and human competence. The human competence is one of the differences that we'll see later on. And as we all know, these vessel inspections, these SIRE inspections are a crucial part of a vessel to trade in the wet business. The process of vetting has become excessive in the last years. So instead of the majors using this database, they prefer to do their own inspections, and this creates an extra volume to the existing one that we already have. Let's see the difference now a little bit between the SIRE, the previous one, and the SIRE 2. Previously, we had on average 35-page inspection report that was revealing in average 5 observations, that even these 5 observations were creating concern to charterers. Now with a new system, we have a 70 pages inspection, on average 20 observations, and the part is to see how the charterers are actually reading these observations and if they are trained, to actually see behind the number. This inspection is based on a question library that is presently at a level of 1,600 pages, that they have to be addressed to different ranks on board. Again, previously, under the previous SIRE, the crew that they were engaged in this question and answer procedure were the senior officers. Now we have junior officers and ratings as well, that they have to give direct answers to questions addressed by the SIRE inspectors. Another implication is that by proceeding this SIRE 2 inspection, we have to have photographic records that the charterers are reviewing as well in the report. So we believe that charterers are becoming more liable to a vessel that they are finally approved. And this is something that we have to see in the future, how much they will be engaged in this reliability. Finally, from our research and from what we have spent, we have seen that implementing SIRE 2 will cost operators an additional of $30,000 per inspection. So we're talking about $60,000 per year, provided that we'll have 2 inspections per year. The third and, let's say, major point is the personal opinion that was trying to write off from SIRE 2. From what we have seen up to now, this is not the case. We don't have a positive feedback. Still, the SIRE inspectors, they express their personal opinion, and a lot of the observations raised are based on what they believe that is correct or wrong. Other differentiation between the two, let's say, SIRE 1, SIRE and SIRE 2, is the volume of documents that they have to be submitted. Until August, we had to submit 2 documents. This was the HVPQ, is a description of the vessel, and a crew matrix. Now, additionally, we have to send a full report of posterior control inspections, a full list of certificates, and a representative photographic list that it has to represent the vessel that is actually under survey. The questions that I mentioned before, that they have to be addressed by the crew members, and especially this is a major difference between junior officers and ratings. It is generated through a specific algorithm that is based on the data that the operator is submitted to them. They are categorized in core questions, that is about 80% of this questionnaire, conditional, that is based on the algorithm that I was explaining, rotational, that they are repeated throughout the sign inspections of the vessels, let's say, period, and campaign questions that they are coming up similar to the post-take control campaign questions that has to do with latest elements that they are coming up. The inspection stages are pretty straightforward. It's the pre-boarding phase that the inspector is actually reviewing the 6 items that we are submitting. A physical inspection that is timed for 8 hours and has specific time for each specific clause of the questionnaire. And the reporting phase, that is straightforward as well. On the reporting element, the inspector has to verify all information, validate, and then submit the report to the database. Another difference that is important to mention is that all deficiencies that they have to be raised by the inspector, they are linked to the TMSA coding as well. So immediately the oil major can make a relation between TMSA and sign inspector, something that we didn't have before. The human element, as I explained, is the most difficult part and the real differentiation between the two standards. And we have to keep in our mind that junior officers and ratings are the ones that they will be interviewed, something that was not happening in the future. And we have to see what will happen there based on the answers that they will give. Of course, what we are doing is we are training our crew. Instead of being compliant, they have to be confident and competent as well. We are going through continuous training, and we are trying to support the mental resilience of our crew. But this takes time, and crew also have to be understanding and willing in order to process the things as they have to be. Some negative, let's say, items that we have up to now is that, again, the observations raised by the inspectors are subjective. What this means is that the major plan of the SIRE 2 was to take out the subjective part of the inspector and make it more straightforward so that we will not have these differentiations. In reality, this is not happening. I mean, we see repeated cases that the subjectivity is there. The second part is the thing that I mentioned before, that in this inspection report is getting bulky, is almost twice the report volume of what we had. And based on, again, the clearances that we are getting, charterers need extra explanation based on the number of deficiencies that have been raised. Now we see this is an important slide, is how the financiers will see this SIRE 2 evolution. And by getting some information from them, they see it in a positive way, and they believe that they will get additional data from these reports. They will use them in the analysis that they will do for the financial support of the vessel. What they need is the last part. They need to get engaged and adapt their practices in order to effectively utilize the program. And we believe that they will need some extra time in order to get to this stage. Another important part is we have to see the previous comment from the previous panel that was important, that the age of the vessel is not the only criterion in order to actually evaluate the vessel. And this SIRE inspection is something that says something about it. I don't know if you have any questions.